it's your boy Corey.
It's your boy John.
And welcome back to the Artistry Drop, where artistry meets entertainment.
Let's go.
To stay updated on the latest in entertainment, including music, movies, conspiracy theories, and the hottest news from Hollywood, don't miss out on our weekly episodes, so be sure to smash that subscribe button, bell notification, be notified when we drop new episodes.
Let's go.
Guys, as you can see, we had a whole new intro.
Hey.
And if you guys are following us on Instagram or YouTube, you probably saw our announcement. And, we're definitely very excited about this, guys. We are officially rebranding the Artistry Drop podcast.
Changing our name, changing our content, changing a whole lot, but still being authentic in who we are.
Facts.
Yeah.
And like I said, we are... Well, I kind of did already say it. Yeah, we're going to be known strictly as the Artistry Drop.
Right.
And what that entails, guys, is everything entertainment pretty much. So, we started the Artistry Drop podcast as a podcast to meet artists, have them tell their stories and all that. And while that's awesome, we love having artists here. We love talking to new people and getting to know them. Growth just was not happening for us, guys.
Right.
And, we've been doing this podcast for nearly 3 years, and things just weren't popping off like we thought it would.
Right.
And, it was to the point where me and John were like, I think we should think about rebranding. We've been talking about this for a while. I think we've been talking about it since we first started seeing barely any growth. And that was like last year.
Right.
That was still last year sometime. And, it's come to the point where, 3 years in now, still barely seeing any growth.
Right.
We need to change something.
Right.
And, one thing we noticed that is popping more on podcasts is more like entertainment, conspiracy theories, just news in general with music, reactions,
rumors,
that kind of shit, and that's the route we're taking, guys. So I know Artistry Drop doesn't necessarily sound like an entertainment-based platform, but we're rebranding it that way. Right. So, obviously we didn't want to come up with a whole new name and all that. We want to keep the Artistry Drop because we love the name and we've been rocking with it for 3 years. So hopefully you guys like the new content we're going to be coming out with, even though it's strictly entertainment-based type of stuff.
I mean, we'll still be including artists, especially the artists that we've had on the podcast. We're so thankful of like having every artist on because we wouldn't have been here without them.
For sure.
And we want to also give back to them for, giving us a chance. So we're also trying to find ways to also do this new content, but also bring them along with the journey to, and stay true to our mission of, providing a platform for these artists. But also with our new approach, we want to make it fun, exciting, not only for our viewers, but for the whole world. I think we're going to start reaching a different, audience. And we want to bring you guys along with us because honestly, like, we have some true diehard fans, in our audience, but like it's time to grow. We need to do something different. We've been doing the same thing for so long, and we've been trying to, change the thumbnail, change the tags, change the title. We've been trying to rework ourselves so much because we put so much into this podcast. A lot of money, a lot of time, and honestly, we only have like less than 600 subscribers, and each video has like less than 200 views, so like obviously something is not working, and we're just wanting to grow and wanting to reach the next level of success. So and now we're here. And honestly, I'm excited for it. I think both me and John have been hyped about this for a while. It's just it took us a while to want to actually go forward with it. It's a whole process, and luckily, we definitely got a lot of tips from other artists trying to help us, and we definitely appreciate everybody that's helped us here on the Artistry Drop whether you're an artist, whether you're a follower, subscriber, family member, it doesn't matter. All you guys have helped us grow Artistry Drop in a specific way. A lot of people, have definitely begun to know who we are and stuff like that, and it's great. But like John did say, it's time to grow, guys. And we got to get out of the niche of just interviewing artists as themselves and getting into kind of what me and John love doing. Like there's so many other team YouTubers that go out there and do their thing. So many other like because me and John, we're like best friends. We've been rocking with each other for almost 11, 12 years, and it's cool that me and him
you know, we're like the same people, like literally we enjoy doing the same shit. We have the same kind of sense of humor and stuff like that. And it's only right, I think, me and John take this YouTube shit and show you guys more of us versus other people.
Yeah. And we started this podcast, you know, like everything we do, we want to be like as authentic as possible. We don't want to be fake. You know, we that's why we have Seattle as our home into the logo and everything.
Go Hawks!
Yeah, go Hawks. But like, we honestly wanted to go against the grain, right? We didn't want to follow the trends. We didn't want to do all these, it would be easy to pop off if we talked about, the hottest thing out there, or, conspiracies like all these other podcasts, but we wanted to provide value, right? So we've had real conversations on this podcast, and we realized not a lot of people like that, A lot of people like drama. A lot of people like controversy. A lot of people like conspiracy. That's what pops off. And we were honestly trying to stay away from that for so long, but we realized like maybe we have to, because it's also like playing the game, playing the algorithm, and also trying to find a way where we could still be authentic in the same way. And I think we kind of we're starting to find like our own workflow in that. And we hope that you guys stick with us, because it's going to be a journey for sure.
Facts, 100%. Yeah. Couldn't have said it any better, honestly, motherfucker.
Hey, motherfucker.
For like I said, I think this is now a place where me and John can kind of show who we are, because me and John have so many names for each other. Like, his name is Nipple Boy. Yeah. And, he'll call me motherfucker, and then I'll call him motherfucker.
Yeah, call him Silly Willy.
Silly Willy, like we have a whole bunch of names, and that's just what friends do, And like I said,
brothers.
We're brothers, So I'm glad. I not gonna lie, I feel like it's a Bresh.
He been drinking. He's a grandpa. Remember?
Hey, I've been on that cut water, y'all. Cut water. No, it's like a breath of fresh air, because we can actually be ourselves now.
Right.
I'm not saying we're being fake. We were never being fake at all. It's just we were so enclosed. We were put in a bottle to the point where we couldn't really show ourselves, because when we bring artists on the show. Mm-hmm. You can't really come out that way. Yeah. People are going to be like, whoa, they're fucking weird, Yeah. But now...
Well, especially him.
No, fuck you, bitch. Fuck you. No, honestly, now I feel like it's a breath of fresh air that me and John can kind of show our true colors here on the Artistry Drop, who we are, and you guys are going to get to know us a little bit more, probably our sense of humor. You guys are probably going to think we're fucking weird or whatever, but hey, it's all good. Like, I want to say our sense of humor is very comparable to Tim... Chantarangsu, Timothy De La Ghetto. Mm-hmm. That's who I would say like we're very inspired by. Like I've been watching Tim for a long time.
Hell yeah.
Nipple Boy just met Tim at Sabaidi Fest recently. You could talk about Sabaidi Fest a little bit.
Sabaidi Fest is crazy. It's the biggest Southeast Asian music festival. I had the pleasure of being like one of the main videographers for the event. It's my second year this year. It just passed a couple of months ago, and meeting Tim was like a bucket list of mine for like a long time. I've been watching Tim's videos back when he was doing like advice videos back in MySpace days, and just seeing him like progress, because he was breaking stereotypes, because Asians always got to be like this timid, shy person, nerdy, but he really like broke the stereotypes, and I've always looked up to him. So like, the story is actually when Threads came out, I've always like wanted to meet him, but when Threads first came out for Instagram, I saw that he was on it 24/7 and nobody was on it. And so I was like, maybe I could kind of like capitalize on this, because nobody's on it. So I would
nobody's commenting.
Yeah, nobody's commenting on his stuff, but he's like replying. I'm like, oh shit, this is the first time he's actually like active on it. And I forgot what he posted, but he posted something, and I commented. I was like, oh, I would love to have you on the podcast. I threw a pitch, and he was like, yeah, man, maybe one day. I'm sure he doesn't remember that at all. But after that, I sent a screenshot to him. I'm like, bro, I know one day, I'm moving up in the Southeast Asian community, and I feel like one day I'm gonna meet him. So I manifested that, and all of a sudden, like, he was announced for Sabaidi Fest, and Sabaidi Fest came around, and I was like, bro, I gotta meet him. So first day, I took a picture with him, chopped it up with him a little bit. This is my first time I actually was kind of nervous.
Wow.
I was kind of nervous. So the first thing I said to him, I said, oh, what's up, Tim? He's like, hey, what's good, I was like, I didn't know what to say to him. I was like, a lot of people say we kind of look alike. And he looked at me. He looked at me like. He was trying to hold it in, like he didn't want to clown me. I could tell.
No,
he was kind of.
I know what he does. Yeah. You see him on his. He's like.
He's like biting his tongue, but he's like, and I'm like, no, not really. Like, you're much more handsome, bro. Like, and I was like, can I get a picture? And he's like, oh yeah, for sure, bro. And then like, we took a picture. And that was it. I didn't know if I was gonna see him ever again, and I told Corey that I wanted to like kind of pitch him being on the podcast, but I felt like that wasn't the right time and place because there was like a whole crowd of people like crowding him. So I was like, I just left it, and I didn't know if I was going to see him ever again that day. But what I didn't know is that he was going to make a big speech on Sobriety Fest, open for the headliners of Friday, Hype Train. And he was backstage, and, I was kind of chopping it up with him. I was asking him about advice for the podcast and everything. So we chopped it up a little bit. And honestly, like, I thought about asking him, but when I was asking him for advice, I felt like it was kind of like, Tim, if you're watching this, like, no shade, but like I feel like you were giving me generic questions, and maybe you kind of felt like.
You mean generic answers?
Oh answers. Yeah, the trick is generic answers, and I was trying to get more out of him, but maybe he was just focused on the speech because it was right before his speech. So I was like, it's not the right time and place, So I was just like, I just left him be, and then I shot the video for him. Of him making the speech, and then he saw it and he DM'd me for a copy, and we just started chatting out of there. And I'm just like, I was so hyped to be like even conversating with him, to even him knowing who I am, and I was just trying not to fanboy the whole time, but like I just gave him his flowers and let him know like how much he meant to me and like all this shit, and that's pretty much it. And I told him if he ever needs a hand, like let me know. And yeah, so manifesting
a hand
big
job.
things.
That's what John was asking.
I mean that too.
See, you already know.
For your biggest fan, I do anything. I do anything.
That's what I figured.
Anything. Tim. Yeah. No. You need another baby? No.
Tim, if you're watching this, bro, hey, I would love to have you on the show sometime.
Crazy,
like I said, I met you back in Seattle around 2006, 2007 for Rain. The first Rain when you come out. I know you definitely don't remember that shit, but I'm just saying I remember that shit, and it was dope meeting you. And like I said, it'd be such a game changer. At least have you come through the show and talk a little bit and conversate. So if you're watching this, Tim, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate what you've done for a lot of OG YouTubers, not just the Asian community, but just YouTubers in general, because you are an OG, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
You've been around since the beginning
of YouTube.
Since the beginning of YouTube. Yeah. I've been watching you since the beginning. So big love to you, bro. And like I said, appreciate what you've been doing for the YouTube community and Asian community, obviously, too. But yeah, guys, going back into the rebrand, like I said, we're definitely excited. For those that are listening here on Spotify, you're going to have to go to subscribe to our YouTube channel, because we're putting out a lot of video content that isn't even going to be on a podcast or on Spotify. So,
that's true.
We're putting out, that's another difference, is we're putting out more video content.
Right.
More video content
and
versus...
a lot of our listeners are on Spotify.
So, like I said, if you guys are listening here, please go over to our Instagram or go over to our YouTube channel. Please smash that subscribe button for us, because... like I said, we're going to be doing so much new content, more video content versus podcast content. I don't know the next time when we're going to be uploading here on the podcast. It may be a while, because we're focusing more on video creating and stuff like that. So appreciate everybody, though, that has been showing us love on Spotify. We love you guys so much. But yeah, we need you guys over on YouTube. So please go smash that subscribe button.
I think we have one more guest coming up.
We do.
That we're going to upload. But other than that, for the rest of the year, we're not having any guests. It's just going to be me and him for the podcast, because as we mentioned, we're going to talk about trending topics, conspiracies, all like things that are a hype, pretty much. We're just going to go straight to the hype.
Yeah. So, and like I said, we're going to be touching on entertainment, conspiracies, ghost hunts, all that kind of stuff. But remember, we are also doing that just strictly for video. So please head over. It's very important, because we need it. we need to get as much love as we can on YouTube because that's the main platform we're trying to grow right now.
Especially for the Halloween episodes.
Guys.
Halloween episodes are going to be crazy. And it's not going to be on here on the podcast because we've been, doing the Halloween special. It's been popping. It's one of our most viewed YouTube videos, our most listened, Spotify. So we know the Halloween goes hard. Pop off. But it's not going to be on for the podcast. It's going to be all video format. And we got a lot of new crazy things happening for Halloween.
We're not mentioning it.
Yeah. It's going to be a secret. You got to subscribe to the YouTube channel because it's going to be lit.
Yeah, like John said, it's not going to be on the podcast. So it's going to be only video content, and there's only a couple things that we can do for video content, and it's going to be fire.
It might go viral. It
might go viral. You never know, guys. But like I said, the rebrand is crazy. We're excited, and let's fucking go.
Hell yeah.
So we're like I said, we're just gonna kind of dive into things. We have some topics that we definitely want to touch on that have happened just recently. And just recently, like I said, we love ghost hunting. John, I definitely got John into it recently.
Oh, shit.
And we've talked about it many times on the podcast in general, but going ghost hunting was a thing I've always wanted to do, and I've finally been doing it, and
pray for this man.
John actually came for the very first one. So at least he got to experience it, but our first ghost hunt ever was on the Queen Mary.
Yeah.
And that shit was fucking crazy.
It was crazy.
We definitely have tons of stories to talk on about it. I got a vlog that will be dropping very soon. We did that shit like almost 2 months ago, and I still haven't dropped the video.
It's been that long?
It's almost been that long.
It felt like it's been a month.
Yeah, it's been about almost 2 months almost. Okay. Yeah, so I will be dropping that vlog or video on my personal channel. Be on the lookout. But I just want to talk about our experiences, So for us, I was already prepared. Like, I went and bought a K2 meter, which is EMF, and it pretty much picks up electricity and spirits, technically. And I bought cat balls. I bought dowsing rods, which it helps the ghost point to specific areas when you ask it to.
Yeah.
A lot of shit happened, guys.
Spirit
boxes we have on our phones and stuff like that. A lot of crazy shit happened that night. So we'll kind of take you from the beginning. So, obviously we went
Before you start, let's talk about the dynamic because I'm a skeptic.
Yeah.
So I don't believe everything. For sure. It has to be a lot for me to believe.
Facts.
Because we've watched so many videos. He watched all these Nuke Talk 5 and, he just thinks it's crazy. And I'm like, nah, that could have been kind of fake, that could have been. So I'm very skeptical, right?
Yes.
So when we got in, and I'm also very scared. I don't watch scary movies, scaredy cat, a little pussy, whatever you want to call me. But so going into this, I was like.
He was skeptic.
I was skeptic and scared at the same time. So it was definitely a different experience. I almost didn't go
for sure
type shit. So I went, and you could go ahead.
Like I said, we brought John, and like I said, I wanted to Kelsey, her saying art. So if you know our friend Kelsey Davies, she's big on YouTube with almost 3 million subscribers or something like that on YouTube as a ghost hunter. But anyways, when she was on our podcast before, she was like, I turned skeptics into believers.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? We about to do that to John tonight, and shit like that. So like I said, we get there, we need a good drink in hand before, and I haven't been on the Queen Mary in years. The last time I went on Queen Mary, I think was 2015 or something like that. So it was trippy being on there, but I was like, damn, this feels awesome, finally being back. I've been on there 2 or 3 times already. So that was the 4th time being on there. But this time was different because we're ghost hunting. Previous times I knew it was haunted, but I've never ghost hunted. I never really believed in ghosts and all that kind of shit, even though I have experienced some weird things in my life that I've talked about here on the podcast. But like I said, we got on the ship, went to go get, try to feel good, got a drink and stuff like that.
Right.
Our friends Larry and Becca came, and then, it was us 4. And, we start kind of walking around and stuff like that. John all of a sudden he started feeling full, or he started feeling pressure or something a little bit heavy, and I didn't necessarily feel that way. I didn't feel as heavy or pressured or anything like that. But when you say full or pressure, what would you say? How did it feel?
It was I don't know. I can only relate it to anime. And you won't get it because you don't watch anime.
I don't watch anime.
But in Bleach, there's this when you meet like somebody else who's like super powerful, kind of like Super Saiyan, you know, where the aura comes in, like you feel like the gravity like kind of pull you down.
But how do you know how that fucking feels? Because you're not an anime character.
It's kind of like your heart dropping.
Okay.
Like you kind of feel like, oh, like I don't know, like
this guy
like
making it sound like he's part of an anime.
Yeah, I am part of anime.
No,
look at my arm.
No,
but like I guess like kind of how it feels. Okay. The only thing that I can relate it to, like realistically, for some reason, I have a crooked ear right here, but for some reason, like
that ear be fucked up.
No, I think it gives me like a sixth sense or some shit because
that's a magic ear.
Yeah, because growing up, right. We lived on a townhouse, and it was like 2 separate floors, right? And before, like I could hear my dad like walking down the stairs, like because you hear the cracks, I would get this like ringing in my ear, and every time I get that ringing,
you've never told me this story.
Okay. Yeah, and every time I hear that ringing, I get the gravity like pressure comes down, and I'm just like my heart drops, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? And then I listen. And then it's him walking down the stairs.
Bro, you know what? That's a fucking magic power. Because if you think about it, when you're that young and you're like maybe watching something and you're trying to like jerk off or something, you hear something, bro, you're like, fuck, I gotta turn this shit up. See, there you go. That's a magic power, bro.
Yeah, it is kind of a magic power.
So you've done that then?
No, not while I'm but I'm just doing something random, like I don't know, like I'm in the kitchen or I'm playing video games or something like that, and then I hear like ringing in my ear, and it's only in my right ear, the fucked up one, and I'm like, what's going on? And then I stop, and then I hear him walking. So I hear the ringing before he starts walking. So it's like I sense like a presence kind of the thing.
But like I said, that's a magic power. So if you're jacking off, then you can stop.
I could.
See, that's what I'm saying. There
I feel like I've probably have done that. But yeah. So like I felt the same feeling there. I didn't get the ringing. Actually, I got the ringing like later on during the day, when we were there. But I felt that feeling of like my heart dropping and like sense of pressure, like heavy. Like,
so at that moment, did you feel scared then? Or like, this is kind of weird?
Yeah, that's why I mentioned it to you guys, because I was like, I feel something. Like something's wrong.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Something's wrong.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, we went on to do that, and the main area we typically stood at was room B340. Now, room B340 is the most haunted room inside the Queen Mary. And I forget the backstory on why it's so haunted, but this room was rented out many times, and there's been so many paranormal experiences in this room. They would leave Ouija boards and all this, and they would like conjure up stuff in this room. So I'm sure that's why it's so haunted, is because when you're doing Ouija boards, you're calling for some kind of shit. You're opening a portal and allowing like evil spirits to possibly make their way through.
Right.
And as of now, supposedly, I just watched a recent video on somebody hunting the Queen Mary. Yeah. They don't rent it out anymore. Oh, really? They don't rent it out any longer.
That's why it's closed off.
That's why. Okay, and you remember that door we were in and we could see inside? Yeah. That is part of B340. I thought originally it was split off and it was just that small room. But now thinking about it, when you look, you see a couch, right? Yeah. If you go off to the corner, that's where the bed is. Oh. So, okay. So
they actually put a window there.
They put it now.
We thought it was fake because they have like a flickering LED light. LED light, yeah. And the LED light, like, when you first look at it, I was like, oh, it's haunted. But it's literally just a programmed LED light it is. Flashing.
Yeah, to make it seem haunted.
So we thought it was like a prop room. Yeah. With the window. So we didn't think it was like connected or anything.
Yeah, so it actually is connected after looking at it again and realizing, they don't rent it out anymore. That's why it's opened up and you can see it. So now technically it's just for the tour. Okay. So, there is a haunted tour that you can go on to Queen Mary. They take them there and now people can look in. It's no longer rented out. So that sucks. I mean, that's cool. I think it was a good run for a lot of paranormal investigators to go hunt there. Right. But anyways, going back into it, we did our thing. We brought out the K2 meters. We brought out the spirit boxes, the cat balls, dowsing rods. Bro, like fucking shit was happening. It was crazy. It was going crazy. We were playing with the K2 meters, getting it close to the door. It was spiking red. Yeah. The cat ball spiked, cat ball.
I don't think it worked at the door, right?
Not at the door, but you remember in the hallway? Yeah. Okay, do you remember when those old folks were with us? Yeah. And then the old folks said, "Come out, you stupid witch," or something like that. within a few minutes or within a few seconds, the cat ball went on by itself.
okay.
You remember that?
Yeah. Okay, now I remember.
Yeah, see, that was crazy. So, guys, cat balls, they're used for paranormal investigations, and the only way the cat balls goes off is they're physically touched. So
yeah, it's like motion sense.
It's not motion, because if it was motion, you can go like this and it'll go off.
Okay.
But
yeah, sure.
you have to physically touch it, like kick it or push it.
Yeah.
The cat ball will go off. Guys, this is how investigations are done. You try to talk to spirit, and if the cat ball goes off, there's a spirit there because it's using the energy to make it go off.
Yeah.
This happened multiple times to us that night.
Yeah.
And it was fucking crazy. And there's an experience with John that we thought was fake. Yeah. But after looking back at the footage, it was 100% real, guys. It was fucking crazy. You can kind of talk about it if you want.
Okay, so yeah, there's this, we have the spirit box, right? And on one of the spirit boxes.
So let's talk about where we were when that happened. So we were at what we're going to call the portal. Because remember, when you have two mirrors facing each other.
Like parallel.
It creates a portal. And this is where, in the Queen Mary, there's a room outside, like in the hallway, where there's two mirrors facing each other.
Right.
And technically, it creates like what we call a portal.
Right.
And it's a room for ghosts to come back in and out and all that. And it's crazy. But I'll let John finish because that shit was crazy.
Yeah, I forgot what it said, but it said something like healthy or like workout or something like that. And obviously, they were like, oh, they must be talking about John because he's the only one who works out and eat healthy in the group. And then I was like, oh, you know, what are you trying to say? Just like taunting it a little bit.
That's fucked up. He's the only one that eats healthy and works out.
I mean, but that's what the spirit box said. So I'm only saying. And everyone else pointed at me what's Larry? Larry was like, "Oh yeah, I must be talking about John." And and then it said something, and then after a while, it said dance.
Yeah.
And then I was like, they're like, "Oh, you're hyping me up." They're like, "Oh, maybe it wants you to dance," and I'm like, I was like, just like messing around and like fake dancing. I'm like, "Oh, you like that? You like that? You like that?" And nothing was happening. And then I think I stopped. And then we're like, oh, nothing happened. We walked away, and everybody's like still, because we all gave up. And then right when everybody was still, the cat ball goes off. It starts lighting up.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
And then we were like, okay, no, maybe.
I thought you were jumping.
Yeah, because I was jumping.
He was jumping, so we thought we were
and then
trying
it went off.
And then it went off.
Yeah, that's right. As I was dancing, it went off at first.
Yeah.
And then Corey was like, oh, it's probably because you were dancing.
Yeah, it's because the vibration. Like you were jumping and shit.
Jumping.
So
I started jumping again to activate the cat ball, and it goes off again. So everybody was like, oh, okay, it's because I was jumping.
Exactly.
We kind of tested the theory, and we're like, oh, okay, it's kind of jumping. And then so we all went back to our corners. We're like, oh, that was fake, And then as we all went back, nobody was moving, and then it went off by itself. Yeah. And then we were like, oh shit.
No, we were like, oh shit.
Yeah, oh shit, nobody's moving. Yeah, nobody's moving. And it's going off. So and then after it went off and we all went crazy, I started jumping next to it super close.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't go off.
Yeah.
So we were like, damn, shit, maybe the whole time it was real.
It was real, yeah.
So that was crazy.
That shit was crazy. I definitely want to say that was probably one of the more crazier parts of the night.
That's a highlight for sure.
It was a highlight for sure. Like I said, B340 in that area is crazy, but that portal area was the most crazy. We were trying to go into the boiler room or the engine room. Unfortunately, I spent too much time at B340.
Yeah.
And
we were like, oh, let's go move to the next one. Yeah, no. Yeah. We gotta stay here.
Yeah. And it was just because, I felt something weird in B340. It made me want to stay there and try to communicate more. And I was stuck there, and then we went to the portal, and then we were trying to go in the engine room, and then it was closed. They closed it at like 8 or 9 o'clock, and I was like, fuck, okay.
Went to the swimming pool, too.
Yeah, went to the swimming pool, there wasn't much going on there. For those that don't know, Queen Mary, there is a pool there, and there was a girl that had actually passed away there. She drowned. Her name is Jackie. And that spirit actually roams around and tries to talk to you as well. But we weren't getting anything from Jackie. So
we were just at the door.
Yeah, we were just at the door. Yeah,
but imagine being in the swimming pool.
The only time you can go in the pool is on the tour.
Oh, really?
That's the only time.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so if you go... But that's the thing that sucks is because obviously us as investigators...
We want to spend time there.
We want to spend time in there, and also you want to film. Yeah. They don't allow like live streaming or anything on these tours, so that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
they try to stop our live stream.
Oh, they did try to stop our live stream. Oh, that's the other crazy part. So there's this dude. So I know we were kind of being a little disrespectful because we were hyped though. We weren't being disrespectful in like intentionally. Yeah. We were doing it because we're hyped. And you know, they were on a tour and we were getting these crazy answers, and then we're like, "Oh shit." Well, while the tour guide came over, he was like, "Oh guys, I'm on a tour right now. If you guys could keep it down." We're like, "Oh, sorry." All of a sudden, the spirit box says like they don't like him. Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah.
And we're like,
we don't like him.
Yeah, we don't like him. And we're like, whoa, what the fuck? And we didn't say anything.
As he's walking away,
the spirit box literally said we don't like him. Yeah. And that gave me chills. We're like, whoa, that's fucking
the one
crazy.
that gave me chills is when it says Kelsey's name.
I was gonna bring that up. Yeah, guys. So okay, this is the most crazy one. I wouldn't say most crazy. Actually, it is crazy.
One of the craziest.
It's definitely crazy. So we're at B340 and, you know, doing our investigation. And all of a sudden, our friend Kelsey Davies, the spirit box mentioned her name and spelt it the exact way her name is spelled.
And mind you, she was there like a month or two before.
She goes there all the time. Yeah. She's been there multiple times. But mind you, the way her name is spelt is different. Yeah. It's not spelled like how you would typically spell Kelsey.
With a Y.
With a Y or EY. Like it's usually Kelsey. Yeah. Kelsey's name is, or it's Kelsie. Kelsey's name is spelled Kelsi.
Right.
And it spelt it literally that way on the spirit box. And we were tripping. We're like, whoa. Yeah. These spirits actually do know Kelsey. But we had
two spirit box on two separate phones. Yeah. One of it said their name and the other one said, "We have something for you."
Yeah.
And in the room. In the room,
yeah.
So also too, like me being a skeptic, I'm like, okay, Kelsey, yeah, you got lucky with the name. But also, how do you know we're in front of a room? Yeah. That is crazy.
That was the craziest one.
And by connecting, and it's on two separate phones. So how are they communicating with each other on two separate phones and know we're in front of a room? Yeah. So I was like, there's no explanation. So I was like, this is crazy.
This is crazy.
And that was in the beginning of the tour. So I'm like, oh shit, this is real.
Yeah. This is crazy.
Real. This is real.
I mean, you know, like I said, you know, I told John, I was like, we're about to turn you into a believer, bro. And I was like I said, you know, he definitely got a different side of the paranormal, you know, and now he believes in that kind of shit. You know, I think the more he goes on it with us, though, the more he's going to believe because you definitely... that's why I don't blame people that don't believe in it. You have to go. And Kevo, you remember Kevo said he doesn't believe in it too. Oh, yeah. Once he went to Pasadena, bro, he had a different... Really? Yeah, he definitely had a different idea of things. Shit. So that's what I'm saying. Like, for those that don't believe in ghost hunting, you have to go on it. Like, I don't blame anybody that doesn't believe in it. Me and Rachel, obviously you guys know Rachel. Me and Rachel have believed in that shit forever. I've just because I've had weird experiences and occurrences and everything like that. But for skeptics that don't believe in it, if you don't believe in it, go on a ghost hunt with somebody. If you know somebody that ghost hunts, go on it and then you'll be a believer. I'm telling you because... It changed John, definitely. Yeah. He even said he couldn't sleep.
Yeah, it was crazy. It's crazy. And I'm not like 100% non-believer. I just don't believe everything I see. Yeah. You know, so like I always know there's a higher power, you know, God, Jesus and all this stuff, spiritual, Buddha and all that stuff. But like when it comes to videos or seeing other people experience it, I'm like, maybe they're just doing it for the views, you know, or maybe they're just... you know, acting. So when it comes to, but I've had my personal experience as well. But I'm like, I gotta see it to believe it. Facts. Myself. Yeah. So facts. That's where I stand.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. Yeah. Another thing, so that just recently happened. I'm trying to go ghost hunting like once or twice a month, guys, and you know, I'm trying to build up my my personal page again because that shit is dead. But now I'm trying to bring it back with multiple different things. You know, it's going to be a variety page. You know, I never thought I would say that because I was strictly just photography and video. But ever since I moved out here to LA, it's made me want to just do everything that I've wanted to do. Yeah. You know, I think back in Seattle, I was strictly just wanting to be like a videographer YouTuber or a photographer YouTuber. Yeah. Now out here in LA, I want to do everything, bro. Like I just want to become content creator in general, like, you know, YouTuber, Instagram influencer, all this other shit, you know. So that's what I'm kind of transforming my personal page into. And, you know, just like Artistry Drop, we're changing it, guys. Like I said, we're being a variety channel now, all entertainment based. So
everything.
We're excited. But anyways, going back into it, I recently investigated the Pasadena, I don't want to say this, but I have to, so a lot of people don't know it, Suicide Bridge. And there's a lot of stories behind this bridge. It goes back, I think, to 1930s or something like that. And
when you were born?
Fuck you, bitch. And I forget. I apologize if I did get that date wrong. It's probably wrong, but it goes back to the early 1900s when the Pasadena Bridge was built. It's Pasadena, Colorado Bridge. And they call it Suicide Bridge as a nickname because multiple people have taken their lives from that bridge. The most famous one, shit, I forgot her name. We'll go back to this story eventually because I gotta go through my footage. Anyways,
but now it's haunted.
It's haunted. Oh, it's fucking haunted. It's crazy. We had so much weird shit go on that night. Like I said, I'll update you guys on our next podcast that we do. After I go through my footage, because I feel like I got some crazy ass shit on the footage
that you don't realize.
That I don't realize, because when we were going through our live stream, we found some weird shit.
Yeah.
But anyways,
what was like the highlight? I saw the cat ball.
So the cat ball, I was communicating with the spirit, and he told us his name. We looked him up, and it was right.
Oh shit.
That was creepy.
So it said his name on the spirit box.
It said his name on the spirit box. He told us how he died. What and then he told us what the death was. Kevo looks up the name and find the death, or he looked up his name and then Pasadena Suicide Bridge found him. Damn. He had passed away, I think it was 2013 or something like that, and how he died, because he said he had died from fuck. It wasn't a murder. I forget what it said. I have to go back through the footage, but after he had told us, that shit was crazy because literally the way his name was spelled was also a little bit different, and it lined up with what we found on Google.
Damn.
And that shit was creepy as fuck. Like Kevo, that's what made Kevo also a believer, because he was like, damn, this is kind of crazy.
Right.
The highlight of that night, I would say, I didn't even tell you this.
What?
This shit is, I'll get into it. But so we watch a lot of paranormal investigators, such as our friend Kelsey and all that. And they, at the Pasadena Bridge, they go into the forest. And we're like, where is this forest? And I was like, okay, never mind, let's not go. It's already like 8 or 9 o'clock, fucking dark, can't see shit. Rebecca finds the forest. She's like, oh, let's go. So I'm like, fuck, I don't want, that wasn't my intent. We go in there anyways. Luckily, we brought our flashlights and everything, and it was fucking creepy. It's dark, you can't see shit, but it was the same forest where Kelsey and everybody has done their videos.
Oh, hell no.
So we were there, we were trying to contact spirits and stuff, and there is a funny ass part there. And you guys will have to go watch my video once I release it to get the full reaction. But anyways, there was a homeless guy we had seen previously before going in the woods, right?
Okay.
Anyways, it's pure dark.
Yeah.
We have the spirit box sitting on this rock, and we're trying to talk to it and everything. And all of a sudden, because Tori's watching this way.
Yeah.
And she starts screaming. She's like, oh my God. We're like, what? I turn around and I see this guy walking around. It's like, what the fuck? It's the homeless guy we saw earlier.
Oh, okay.
But the difference was, we were like, is he a fucking spirit? Because when he came by, he didn't really pay attention to us at all. He walked by us like nothing.
Yeah.
Like we weren't there.
Yeah.
And we're like, that's fucking weird, because obviously when you walk by somebody, they'll kind of acknowledge you or look at you, and you know, he didn't do any of that.
Okay.
And that shit was fucking weird. So we're like, what if he was a fucking spirit? And like, you know, obviously it's just one of those things, probably not, you know, but
that's where you needed me.
Skeptic. Fuck you, man. No,
I would have went up to him. Are you real?
Fuck you. No, it's just one of those things though. Like it's you just never know, you know. So Pasadena was definitely a crazy experience. Definitely a great place for, I think, beginners as well, just like Queen Mary. Yeah. But it's more creepy. It's more creepy than Queen Mary.
Oh, yeah. Especially in the woods. God damn.
So there's another story I didn't tell you. I totally forgot about this.
How many stories you didn't tell me?
Well, about the Pasadena, it was different. So We go back after the woods. We go back underneath the bridge where we were. So underneath the bridge, it's a park. Okay. They built an actual park under there, and supposedly they built it to prevent people from jumping off the bridge. Okay. To show people like there's still life, there's people having fun, and you don't need to do this, right?
Right. Okay.
That's what I heard at least. Okay. Anyways, we're there.
It's like that is kind of weird to have a playground underneath the bridge.
Right, it is weird. Anyways, we're there. We're trying to do the Estes method, which is I never explained to you what that is. So you wear headphones while connected to a spirit box, and you can't hear the outside world. Okay. You can't hear any of us talking. We're the people that are not under the headphones are asking questions. You're answering whatever the spirit box says.
Oh shit!
So it's like we're communicating, and you're the one telling us. Yeah. So you get these crazy answers, and we got some crazy shit that happened. But while doing it, Tori looks to the left. She's like, "Guys, I think there's a wolf right there." I was like, "Nah, there's no wolves over here. Yeah. You're kidding me." We look, and it's a fucking coyote. And this coyote was fucking big. He was not that far from us either. He was looking at us. Okay. And I was like, fuck, we got to run, guys. We got to get out of here. Larry's the one underneath the Estes method, and he's close, because you got to close your eyes and listen and shit. We fucking like, Larry, he got scared and shit. So we're like, there's a fucking coyote looking over right there. He's probably, like I said, he's probably like, how far would I say? Maybe 20, 30 feet. Okay. And he's looking at us. Yeah. It's like, bro, we got to get the fuck out of here. So we're trying to rush, but not trying to run to scare him to chase us. Right. We were being careful, but he was literally right there just staring at us. And obviously, from what I have read, coyotes won't necessarily attack you because they're scared of humans, but they will attack you if there was another one with them, because they have they come in packs, so they're not scared, right? So we were just like, let's get the fuck out of here just in case, because we don't want to be fucking attacked and killed by a fucking coyote and shit. So that was definitely another crazy part of the Pasadena Bridge.
I wonder if a coyote is also like a spiritual symbol.
That's a good thing. I think it is. I think well, no, a wolf is more of a spiritual.
I would say
like
wolf.
With Indians, and I don't know about coyotes, but I just know that shit was all creepy that night. It was a really weird night, very creepy. But if you guys want to see more, definitely head over to my YouTube channel, Corey Saldana. I'm going to be uploading my video on there very soon. But I want to get into the next thing. So I did just attend the Twisters premiere last night. Yeah.
The red carpet event.
Exclusive. And I've attended many film premieres, Hollywood film premieres already. But this was definitely in my top two. My top one is Atlas, which stars Jennifer Lopez.
I watched it.
You watched it? Yeah. So it stars Jennifer Lopez, Simu Liu, and everything. I got to see J-Lo right there in front of my face. It was crazy because we have the same birthday. Happy birthday, J-Lo. It's almost our birthday, girl. It's almost our birthday. But like I said, that Atlas is my top list Hollywood premiere, because the way they had everything set up for red carpet and everything, it was right there. Like J-Lo was right in my face. Simu Liu was right in my face. It was crazy.
Pictures with them?
I tried, but the thing is, where I was, there was a row of people in front of me, so I tried to get, but I got a lot of videos and photos of them just right there. So this took place at the Egyptian Theater, which is Netflix's theater that they own. So whenever they do a red carpet event, it's at the Egyptian Theater for Netflix. Okay. The theater is very small compared to like the Chinese theater. Dolby Theater is very, very small. So when you go in this theater for a film premiere, you never know who you're going to sit next to. I sat next to multiple celebrities in my area. Me and Rachel, unfortunately, got split up. So it was crazy. Like I said, right next to me, right here. I forget his name, but I don't know. Did you ever see the trailer for the Hot Cheetos movie? Flamin' Hot Cheetos movie? Yeah, so there's a movie called Flamin' Hot.
Oh, no, I never knew that.
Okay, anyways, he was in another, I think, J-Lo film that she was in on Netflix, where she's like a killer. She's like a hunter. I forget what it's called. Anyways, he was sitting right here next to me. Yeah. And then his girlfriend, I believe, which is the girl that starred in Annabelle, the beginning or creation, Annabelle Creation. Okay. They were sitting right next to me. Trevor Jackson was sitting the row in front of me and all that. Like I said, when you go to these Hollywood premieres, it's crazy because you never know who you're going to meet or stand next to.
Trevor. I'm a big fan.
Oh, you know our boy Donovan, right?
Yeah.
See, because Donovan met him and shit, and he did. But like I said, you just never know who you're gonna see at these premieres and who you're gonna sit next to. So, I definitely have some great opportunities to sit next to these people. I gotta bring my brother John with me, and I mean,
it's gonna be fire.
It's gonna be dope,
Let him know what happened at the Twisted premiere.
I gotta talk about the Twisters premiere, guys. So Twisters premiere. First off, I gotta say, I'm a huge fan of the original '96 film Twister.
Right.
I grew up watching that movie. Such a huge fan.
Damn,
and
96. It's been that long.
Yeah, that was the. You've seen it.
I've seen it.
You've seen it. Okay, so John's seen the original Twister.
Like 2 years after I'm born, but
well, like I said, so it's almost is it almost 25, 30 years after?
Over a decade.
Yeah, almost a decade since they've done this new one.
Yeah.
And I was so hyped for this and stuff like that. And since I had the chance to go to the premiere, I was like, damn, this is fucking amazing. So, like I said, attended the Hollywood premiere last night. I looked into it and I found out a day before that there might be some drama going on. PETA was going to be attending this event. Not the event itself. They're going to be near the red carpet and they're protesting. Yeah. And I was like, why are they protesting? So come to find out, there is a scene, and it's a very, very short 5-10 minute scene where it depicts a rodeo in Oklahoma, and it shows animal, how rodeos are. Yeah. Honestly, I don't know much about rodeos. I've seen videos, but never done investigations on or research on what they do and all that.
Right.
And this is the reason why PETA was because there was a 10-minute segment of a rodeo going on, and from what PETA was saying is it's glamorizing rodeos. And I didn't really understand what they meant by that. So I did go on PETA's Instagram, looked it up, and they showed a video of real rodeo footage and what happens there.
Okay.
And, these guys that ride on they're twisting their necks trying to get the animal down and all this. And I'm like, okay, I understand. I care about animals too. I love animals. I love animals, all kinds of animals. I hate seeing. I'm not gonna lie. This is the fucked up shit on my Facebook. For some reason, I get these videos where a lion is eating a fucking zebra or all this, and I pass by that shit because it's terrifying. Okay. So I love animals, and I hate seeing any kind of shit that involves them being hurt. Right. Anyways, like I said, PETA was pissed off because they weren't going to put a disclaimer at the end of the film about rodeos being bad and that animals are being tortured and stuff like that. So I expected this already. So, we get to the red carpet. We're there chilling. Celebrities coming down such as Glenn Powell, Anthony Ramos, Brandon Perea. These are guys you've seen in the Heights, Nope, and stuff like that. So on to the right side, you just see all the PETA people. They're wearing like these pigs masks and chanting and all that shit. It was fucking crazy, we're just chilling, doing all that. Now, once we're ready to go inside the theater to watch the film premiere, and like I said, guys, film premieres are amazing because you never know who you're going to sit next to. You might sit next to celebrity.
Yeah, you said that like 4 times already.
It's amazing. I'm just saying.
We get it. Okay,
it's amazing.
Get
it's amazing.
To the main part.
Okay, so the main part, guys, we're chilling. Director, I forget his name. It's like Lee Chung or something like that. He Asian director, great director too. But after seeing this film, film is amazing, guys. I love the movie. It's better. I hate saying this because I don't like saying this about sequels. Yeah, it's better than the first one. Okay, so go see it, guys. Anyways, he's bringing up Glenn Powell, Daisy, and Anthony. Introducing them. Yeah. Right when he introduces Glenn Powell, a PETA protester runs down and starts chanting with a poster, and it's pretty much saying no excuse for animal abuse. I think that's what she was chanting. No excuse for animal abuse. Yeah. And immediately she got tackled down by security. All of a sudden I see like LAPD coming down and trying to get her. Yeah. We see her being pulled up and everything. And I was filming this whole thing. Yeah. We'll throw in a clip here. But it was fucking crazy. I've never seen anything like it at a movie premiere. I don't think anybody else expected that either. Yeah. The first thing was like, how the fuck did she get in here? Right. That's the first thing. Now, after, okay, this is the crazy thing. Now, after finding a close-up footage of this person, right? I saw the close-up footage. I was like, yo, this girl kind of looks familiar. So I go back through my footage and I was like, because when we were standing on the red carpet watching the celebrities, there's a girl I was sitting next to and she looked exactly like her. I was like, damn, she looks fucking familiar. Like she was standing right next to me.
Yeah.
I go back through my footage, same fucking jacket. Her face lines up exactly how it was.
Yeah.
I texted Kevo. I was like, bro, look at this. I found a close-up image of the girl, and then I sent a screenshot of the girl wearing the same jacket.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, it looks exact. He was like, no, that's fucking her. Yeah. I was like, right? Am I right? He was like, yeah, because I kept staring at her because she had beautiful eyes. That's what Kevo said. Oh, okay. I was like, bro, I fucking knew it. That shit was fucking weird because when we're on the red carpet, she was definitely distant. She didn't really look like she was having fun or trying to take pictures.
She was on a mission.
She was on a mission.
Yeah.
So she was already kind of like this. Like she had her arms just crossed over and just kind of watching things.
She had a plan.
She had a plan already. So, we get in the theater. I didn't know she was going to be sitting right next to me. Anyways, me and Kevin are sitting down. Everybody else is sitting down. And I had seen her come around. She's like, oh, I had to go over there for something real quick or whatever. And we're watching them. We're watching exactly what's happening. I didn't realize that she had actually got up and left.
Yeah.
Next thing we knew, she was already down there and fucking the one holding up the sign.
Damn.
That shit was fucking crazy, guys.
That's crazy.
Definitely the craziest red carpet premiere I've ever been to already. And like I said, I don't have anything against PETA. I'm not like for Universal with what they did or anything. Yeah. I'm not definitely trying to cause any drama. It was just fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like I already mentioned.
But I also think like on the other side, like, does that actually make a difference?
No.
Like them like going up there for like 5 seconds.
Yeah. Just to chant and protest. Exactly. It doesn't make a difference. It's literally.
It's a publicity stunt for sure.
And you got to realize, like, executives, producers are all at these movie premieres. Exactly. And they're seeing it happen, but it's not going to change their mind on anything, And one thing I don't want to say I disagree with them is saying they're Universal glamorizing rodeos. You got to realize there's so many movies out here that show animals being kind of harmed or hurt.
Right.
But at the end, it always shows no animals were hurt in this film. Yeah, disclaimer, So we didn't stay at the end of the film to see if there was that disclaimer, like no animals were hurt in the making of this film. We didn't see that, but majority of films, you still do see animals getting hurt, but you don't see PETA talking about that.
Right, and most of the time it's CGI.
It's CGI. Right. That's the thing. And after watching it, it's really hard to tell if it was CGI or if it was
realistic.
Because it looked way too realistic. So I'm not 100% sure about it. So, but yeah, guys, like I said, I just want to say Twisters, amazing film. If you guys like the first one, go see Twisters. Perfect. Fire.
Damn. I can't wait to see it because now I want to see it now.
Yeah,
to see what the animal abuse and the PETA.
Oh, you can see the trailer. They showed it on the trailer.
Oh, they did?
Yeah,
okay.
They showed it on the trailer. But like I said, I mean, I just watching the movie, I don't feel like there was anything too crazy. Like, it was more. So I'll explain it real quick what it is. So the animals. They're at a rodeo. Yeah. Animals like doing their thing.
Yeah.
But there's a tornado coming.
Yeah.
So everybody's going crazy. Animals are going crazy and all this. Now that's what PETA is pointing out is like they believe there was some animal abuse
for them to go crazy.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that's all it was.
Oh.
But that's what they were saying is they're glamorizing rodeos.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, I don't think they're glamorizing it. This is just realistic. This is what happens. But the reason why they're trying to stop or why they were trying to put a disclaimer is stop people from going to rodeos because you're supporting animals being hurt stuff like that. So,
and being trained to do those things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this movie takes place in Oklahoma.
Oh, okay.
So the thing is, this is a typical Oklahoma thing, normal, and that's what the film was portraying. Like, this kind of happened. So it wasn't like they were trying to glamorize it. They were just showing this is what happens in Oklahoma. Rodeos are a normal thing at Oklahoma. They weren't trying to glamorize it. It was just normal. So, I like I said, I'm not going to agree or disagree with PETA or Universal.
Right.
I love the film. That's all I care about was the film. I went there for the film and
creative
all that.
Aspect.
Yeah, exactly. So... Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean the Twisted premiere that was crazy, yeah, for sure. So we'll go on to the next topic. The next topic I want to talk about is something that's been trending all over TikTok, all over social media. You know, it's the Hawk Tuah girl. Oh yeah, he knows all about that Hawk Tuah. Yeah, I know he's been doing it.
I be hawking loogies.
Yeah, you've been Tuah that. Yeah. So what happens when you hawk? You Tuah.
Yeah, but not that way. Not that way.
Yeah, but you still hawk Tuah. But you still hawk.
No.
You might be a different way.
The way she put it was like, I gotta put some hawk Tuah on that shit.
Yeah, but if you guys don't know about the Hawk Tuah girl, you have to find out by now. It's probably gonna pop up in your algorithm on TikTok now that we're talking about it, because I feel like TikTok is always listening.
It is.
But the Hawk Tuah girl, you know, there's this guy who's like interviewing random people on the street. I forgot exactly what he asked, but he said, "What is something crazy that the guy, that you do in the guy's bedroom or something like that?" And then there's this, you know, white girl, and she was just like, "Oh, you know, you got a Hawk Tuah and spit on that thing." We'll put a little clip here, about the video, but like that video went viral. It went so crazy that she got famous overnight. Yeah. And there was a lot of like rumors and all these conspiracies of where this girl like popped up from, because it was just so random. But they were like saying, oh, she lost her job. She was like a kindergarten teacher. You know, it was all this like portraying her as a person. I forgot exactly what state she's from. But she's from a small country state. And she's from Mississippi. No, I'm not trying to be racist, but like, but yeah, I only know this because she went on a podcast afterwards, and she's like, she's not a teacher. She does some kind of like farming.
Yeah, she actually came out. Did you see the interview she did?
Yeah, I watched the interview on Barstools. So
she literally turned down all the shit, the rumors that people were saying. So I forgot exactly what she does. She's just something in the farming energy. I don't want this to go viral. Yeah, she quit and she's moving to LA. And she's moving to LA?
She's moving to LA.
That's what she said?
And she got hired by an agency company.
I heard about that, but then she turned that. She said that was fake too.
Oh, okay. I didn't watch the whole thing. I just watched the clips. Yeah. But she said, she's coming. She's moving to LA. You know, she got famous overnight, and she's just riding with it. Yeah. You know, so it's just crazy. Not only, you know, about the whole Hawk Tuah thing, because obviously with our rebranding, we want to get like, not really that kind of content, but like, maybe him. Yeah, because he be dry. No. He be dry now. But like,
I got a baby also. I ain't dry.
No. He was dry for a minute when that baby was brewing, you know, in the stomach. He was dry for a minute. No. But anyways, yeah, we want to ask those kind of viral-ish type of questions with the rebranding as well. But like, it's just crazy to look at this situation and be like, yo, you could really pop off overnight no matter where you are, no matter who you are, where you're from. And I was actually talking about this with some of my coworkers. It's just like this generation doesn't know like what hard work is anymore, because you could really pop off overnight. And now younger kids are getting richer in a short amount of time. You know, and they don't know how to handle it. You know, you look at people like, you know, kids like Kais and I, you know, and all of them on the streaming platform, they get rich like overnight.
But they put it in work.
They do.
Though.
They put it in work. Yeah, that's different. Yeah. But all these like one-hit wonders type of viral content, like you could really just pop off overnight.
For sure.
And I'm not, you know, hating on the content, because it was crazy content, you know, but like at the same time, it's just like we just live in a whole different generation, you know, in a whole different lifestyle. You think of like our grandparents like really like hustling for the dollar amount, and then us like looking at them and be like, okay, we're not struggling like you, but we're kind of struggling in the same aspect. And then we look at the generation below us, they're not struggling at all. You know, so just crazy to look at the whole situation of the Hawk Tuah girl.
Bro, all you gotta do now is do something fucking stupid. All you gotta be is like, you gotta go famous. You're famous immediately after that one thing.
Yeah, and after there's so many
one fucking thing. You're
crazy
famous.
People, crazy young high schoolers jumping in fountains and shit, like doing the most craziest shit just to go viral.
Yeah.
And like that's what I want to take away from the Hawk Tuah girl. It's just like, bro, like we live in a whole different.
It's a whole new different world.
Yeah, it's a different world, and people are just hungry for the views.
Yeah.
They do whatever it takes, especially the younger crowd. They just do whatever it takes after the TikTok.
This is the reason, but this is also the worst reason is because with these new trends coming out, there have been deaths. There have been deaths involved, you know, and I forgot the most recent one, but one I definitely remember is there was like, I don't know if it was a trend or he was just filming a video, but here at the 6th Street Bridge, LA, the new one that they built, kid fell and died.
Damn.
They were filming a video for it and he died. I mean, you know, you're really risking your life for something stupid like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
views.
Yeah, for views. I mean, like I said, I understand, you know, we're there too, you know, it's like we're to the point where we're changing up the content here and we're being more of ourselves and showing our true selves, who we are. Just, you know, so you guys can see who we are. But it's like these people are really risking their lives just to create a viral video.
Right.
I'm not willing to go that far. I got a baby girl to raise and take care of. I want to see her grow and everything like that. Like, people don't realize, like, guys, you live in a world now where you're very lucky. Like, we did not grow up in a world where we're very lucky to just upload a video and you get famous right away.
Right.
We live in a world where you literally have to work hard for shit and try to get, you know, big off of it, you know? And one person definitely is Tim. Tim has been grinding his whole life, bro. Like, he's been grinding since YouTube came out, and look where he's at now. He's been on, you know, Wild and Out. He's just famous on YouTube and OG, you know, like, but nowadays a kid can take a stupid video of them holding like a firework or something blowing up, their hand catches on fire and they're famous.
Right, exactly.
Like,
the dumbest shit,
you know. I'm not gonna lie, it's sad. Like, it's sad that we live in a world like this where you got to make something stupid to actually go viral, just to become famous. And it's like, why does this shit make you famous? Right. Like, I don't understand.
And it might make you famous for the wrong reasons, too.
Yeah, exactly. And
well, kids don't realize it.
I don't want to be known for blowing up my wiener up with a firework. Why would
some jackass shit?
Yeah, some jackass shit. I don't want to be known for that. And literally, I probably would if I did that shit. Like, or I plant a firework on my wiener and that shit blows up, like, I'm famous overnight, you know? But no, guys, I ain't gonna risk my wiener for that. I got a lot of years with my wiener to go, you know. So, like,
more kids to come.
You know, I gotta reserve that shit. So but you know, all jokes aside, it's sad. You know, society has changed a lot, and
crazy.
You know, it is what it is. You know, it's
hopefully this is just a phase, because I feel like TikTok really took over after COVID. You know,
for sure.
And it challenged a lot of not only videographers and content creators to start pushing out different kind of content, more short form and things like that, but also like it like pushed this whole new generation of TikTokers and like kids in high school and everything to do like the most outlandish, wildest shit. Like, so I'm hoping that phase like dies out over time, especially for you with you know, a young girl, you know, that you're raising.
I'm honestly, I'm terrified. You know, me and Rachel kind of talked about it. You know, we got, like I said, for those that don't know, you know, I have a almost 6-month-old baby girl, you know, and you know, her coming into this society and this world now, it's going to be different. And I think I just have to be a little bit more strict with things, you know, on just because I see it myself. I see what's going on. So I definitely have to be a little bit more strict. I'm going to be watching her like a hawk. Like,
don't be too strict. Don't be too strict. You got to be kind of cool.
No, I know. I'm going to still be the cool guy, you know, cool parent and stuff. But it's like, I definitely have to look after her, you know, with all this shit. I'm not trying to get her involved with what these people are trying to do and all that shit. I'd rather not, you know. So I'm definitely still going to be the cool dad, but I'm also gonna be that dad where he's like, no, like, you ain't getting yourself into that shit, you know. So
you ain't risking your life.
You ain't risking your life for stupid shit just to go famous, you know. So, anyways, guys, you know, I want to go on to the next topic, and it kind of involves the Hawk Tuah girl. So Eminem, Eminem, guys. I'm actually a Eminem fan, a low key. You know, I grew up listening to Eminem,
8 Mile.
Yeah, 8 Mile, Slim Shady. One of my favorite records he put out was Encore. I don't. You remember?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Encore is fucking amazing. Definitely one of my favorites. But he just released his new album today. I believe it's like The Death of Slim Shady or something like that. And I listened to it and it's fucking dope. Like there are some controversies already happening with it. First off, I want to say the artwork is dope. It is fucking dope. So if you haven't seen the artwork yet,
I haven't seen it.
Okay, so literally it's a close up of his face. In a body bag, but it's Slim Shady. So, you know, he's bald.
The old him, pretty much.
The old him. So it's like him in a body bag. You see one eye popping out and he looks dead.
Damn.
So I was like, damn, this shit is kind of dope. It goes
concept,
hard.
Yeah,
the concept is dope. Like, it goes hard for sure, you know? That's what caught my eye with it first. I honestly, I heard it was releasing. I didn't know it was today. Okay. I just went on Spotify and it was released. I was like, okay, I got to listen to this shit. Yeah. Listen to it, and the first half is fucking crazy. I'm not gonna lie, it was fucking crazy. So the first half definitely sounds a lot like some Encore shit, like his old school Slim Shady type shit. Yeah, he was dissing a lot of people. Damn, he went in on a lot of people. So some of the people, the name was like Caitlyn Jenner, which is, you know, previously Bruce Jenner, which is Kardashians and stuff. He was dissing on him. He fucking already dissed on Diddy and the whole controversy with Cassie and everything like that. That shit was fucking crazy. He dissed on fucking Alec Baldwin. Famous actor. He has controversy revolving him from a 2021 shooting that happened on set. So supposedly Alec Baldwin, when they were on set in a movie, he had a gun and it was supposed to be a prop gun, and he pulled the trigger. There was an actual bullet in there, and it killed the cinematographer on the set of the film. And it's crazy because he was on trial today. Yeah. The trial's done now. He's not going to jail or anything like that, because originally he was supposed to be the one going to jail because I think he produced this film and all that. So he was the one liable for anything, and he was also the one that pulled the trigger. Yeah. So Eminem also mentioned him on a couple songs. He also went as far as mentioning the late Christopher Reeves, which is the OG Superman. If you remember the OG Superman, you know, he was kind of paralyzed. He's in a wheelchair. He passed away years ago and stuff like that. He went as far as dissing Christopher Reeves.
Somebody who passed away already.
Passed away, you know. So if you guys know Eminem, he was like this as Slim Shady. He was always making fun of, you know, Christina Aguilera, the boy bands and all this and stuff like that. Now, as I kept listening to the album, it was interesting because after I listened to the album, I had to look up on Google, was I right about the concept? So, of course, you know, it's like the album is called Death of Slim Shady, right? Yeah.
It's about leaving his old self.
So there's a song that came up. It's called Guilty Conscience 2. Okay. And I was listening to it. And pretty much what it is, and you know how Slim Shady, he has the high pitch like yeah. And then Marshall Mathers, which is just regular Eminem, he has a deeper voice. In this song, he was fighting against himself. It was like, fuck you, blah, blah. So it was like an angel devil kind of thing, you know, and stuff like that.
High pitch, low pitch. Yeah.
In that song, he pretty much kills him. So he's no longer in the picture. So that first half of the album was literally Slim Shady being his regular self, dissing all these people and all that shit. Then comes Guilty Conscience 2, where he literally is like, fuck you, you're gone, but kills him off. Then the rest of the songs, I think there's like 6 or 7 songs after that. Yeah. Go fucking hard. Damn. Nothing to do with dissing or anything like that. It's just regular Marshall Mathers and him doing his thing. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to lie. This album concept was dope. Yeah. Because, you know, it makes sense. Like the death of Slim Shady or whatever. Yeah. And I had, like I said, I had to go on Google and research if I was right. And that's pretty much what it was.
Yeah.
It was like,
and it's not only dope because of who we know as Slim Shady, Eminem. Yeah. But it's also like, like normal artists, like without the whole concept and detail and everything, would just be like, oh yeah, this is the old me, this is the new me.
Yeah.
But it also shows like new up and coming like listeners.
Yeah.
About like who he was. And also like who he is now.
Yeah, exactly.
And then also pays homage to like his OG fans, and also shows the new crowd, you know, of who he is. So it's smart in that aspect as far as like marketing wise.
100%.
Because like if you do the old if you do a whole album of the old Slim Shady, you're only gonna get the OG fans.
Yeah.
If you do the new Slim Shady, it might be a hit and miss. You might get some new people, but it'll make all the OG fans like mad.
100%.
And I feel like that's what Drake like kind of goes through, you know, like him being new but also catering to his OG like take care kind of fans. So it's just dope hearing that now, because I haven't listened to it, that he kind of split two worlds into one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, this shit is a fucking dope concept. And I listened to the album before I wanted to do research on it, because I didn't want to do research and be like, okay, I'm expecting this. I wanted to listen to the album going into it fresh.
Right.
So I kind of ruined it for you. But
I'll listen to it though.
Just listen to it, because you'll be like, damn, this shit is is actually fucking dope. But when you listen to it, you are gonna be like, damn, this shit is kind of like Encore and Slim Shady, and it's a dope record.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, but after I was doing my research, there were a lot of people that were mad about him doing the whole dissing thing against Alec Baldwin.
Of course.
And, you know, you're going to have those people.
Yeah, of course.
But he literally even mentioned before dropping the album that this is a concept album. You got to understand the concept behind it, you know, and that's why he's putting Slim Shady to rest, because he's no longer a thing. He's not going to be dissing these people anymore.
Yeah.
He's done with that. Now, there's another song I want to bring up. It was actually kind of fucking sad. I forgot what the song was. I think it was Replacements or something like that. I forgot to jot it down on my notes, but it's a song. Hold on, let me actually research it real quick. It's a song that is actually for his daughter Haley.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna lie, it was actually, I felt like it's one of these records that was really sad.
Yeah, why are you pulling that up? Like, I just want to say, like...
Oh, I got it, okay.
Okay, like, I respect real rap.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
I feel like a lot of rappers now, it's all a facade, right? They talk about, like, fucking bitches, you know, they probably are fucking bitches, like, shooting up people and stuff like that.
For sure.
Like, it's all a flaunt, but it's not really, like, real bars, real rap
100%.
about real things, calling out people, because that's what the culture of rap is about.
It is.
So I respect people like K-Dot, J. Cole, Eminem, who's keeping rap and the culture like alive.
100%.
So like Eminem dropping this album, I haven't listened to it yet, but from what you're telling me, that's him.
It's him.
That's what he is known for.
Yeah, it's the dude.
So I'm glad he's like paving the way as well as
100%.
K-Dot and J. Cole.
Yeah, he even gives homage. He pays homage to K-Dot a little bit in some of the songs and stuff like that. And so the song I was talking about, it's called Temporary. And I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of a sad song.
Okay.
As a father too. It's definitely one of those.
Hits different.
It hits different. So it's weird to say this, but he wrote a song to his daughter Haley. It's pretty much his death letter. So he's literally saying, you know, it's his okay.
Last words.
It's his last words. So it's like, is this a hint at something? Like, what is he hinting to us? Like, he literally just wrote a death letter to his daughter and saying that he's gonna die and you'll be fine, everything's gonna be okay.
Oh shit.
You listen to the song and the lyrics, you'll be like, damn, this shit is kind of weird.
Yeah, it kind of sounds suicidal.
It sounds suicidal for sure. Like, that's why I was like, damn, this is kind of weird. I'm sure there's some kind of inner or deeper story into it. Maybe I didn't catch on to.
Maybe he was just holding on to the concept.
Maybe he was just holding
on. Enter a deeper part
because
of him.
Who knows? Maybe Eminem has
alter egos or something.
Maybe Eminem has some enemies that he knows of, and maybe he knows he might get popped. I don't know. Who knows? Like, we don't know this shit. We don't know what goes on. I'm just saying, like, that's a conspiracy. Like,
and maybe that was, if he were to die today, like, that would be his last song. That would be his already last song.
Yeah. That would be his song to his daughter. You know, like, you're gonna be fine and I love you. Like, listen to it. I'm telling you, once you listen to it, you're gonna be like, damn, this shit is kind of crazy.
Oh shit.
Because as a father myself now, honestly, I can never see myself writing something like that.
Right.
And knowing I'm going to die already and stuff like that. So it's really crazy. Otherwise, I really love the album. One last thing before we end the podcast here is, do you know Easy Mill?
No.
Okay, so Easy Mill is a upcoming Filipino rapper.
Okay.
That Eminem just had recently signed to Shady Records.
Oh, shit. Okay.
He is featured on the album.
Oh, okay.
And this fucking song goes hard. So it's called Head Honcho. And he's spitting bars. And then he starts rapping in Tagalog.
Oh, shit.
I was like, whoa, this is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, you know, like I knew Easy Mill had been signed because there was articles like, you know, Filipino artist is signed to Shady Records. He had pictures with Eminem and all this shit. But I didn't know he was going to be featured on an Eminem album.
Yeah.
He's gonna blow up.
Speaking in Tagalog,
yeah,
too.
and rapping in Tagalog.
Because I don't think that has been done yet. Like, just thinking about
not on an American album.
Yeah, exactly.
Not on
or with an American artist, like artists featuring a Filipino artist and speaking Tagalog.
Yeah, 100%. It's never been done.
I think that might be like groundbreaking.
It's
for sure.
Groundbreaking for sure, and this is gonna blow him up. So Easy Mill, I just want to say shout out to you, bro. You know, congrats because you're doing definitely big things for Filipino artists out here, and you know you're definitely doing it. You know, especially being featured on Eminem's album. That's big.
That's huge.
It's big. So look, you know, we got to give a big shout out to the Filipino artist Easy Mill.
Hell yeah,
bro,
Easy Mill,
killing it. You know, as of now, I mean, that's kind of all the topics we have tonight, guys. Yeah, I mean, like I said, you know, we hope you kind of enjoyed our new take on how we're gonna be doing things. I think me and John will definitely have a better strategy on how to portray this and the flow of everything. I know it's kind of messy, but it's like we kind of got really deep into it and involved into it, and you know we just kept talking. So like I said, you know, like we're gonna keep bringing you guys Hollywood news, controversies, and anything that we hear recently, and keep bringing it to you guys. So like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Anything else you want to say, motherfucker?
No, man, I just want to say thank you guys for rocking with us from the beginning. And we are now, you know, in the rebranding stage, and we have so much more to show you guys, and we have a lot of new content, and it's gonna be hype. I'm so excited. We're both so excited. We have so much to show you guys, and it's gonna be a whole new journey.
Yeah,
and,
whole new journey.
Yeah,
a whole new world.
Okay. You're only half Filipino, so you don't got the full talent.
I only got the half the talent.
Yeah. So like he can sing halfway, he can't sing all the way.
Yeah, I know. I just had to put it out there. You know, it's a whole new world for us for sure. So you know, I'm definitely excited though. But yeah, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you guys are enjoying this content so far, especially on the new content we're gonna be putting out, please show some support. Drop a subscribe, drop a like, drop a comment. Let us know how you guys are feeling this. But otherwise, yeah, like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this new episode. If you guys are not subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, it's Artistry Drop. It's an Artistry Drop podcast. Guys, we don't go by that shit anymore. If you're not following us on Instagram, you can find us now at the Artistry Drop. And if you prefer just listening, you can stream all our episodes on all major podcast platforms. And we'll see you guys on the motherfucking next one.
Peace.